Okay, we're gonna take a look at this beauty right here. This is the high calorie toolbox. This is a diesel heater. It's a parking heater, they call it, but in this case, we're gonna test the indoors part of it since I don't have an RV and I don't really need to test it inside the SUV. It's gonna heat it up quick. But I'm gonna do what's considered the toughest challenge for these things, and I'm gonna use it indoors in this room. That I'm not sure if you can see the thermometer here. Indoors it's 70 and outdoors is 48. That's a tough one. I left the room intentionally to go down to 70. I know for some of you 70 probably is summer, but not for me. And we'll see if we can put it to 76 or 80. That's at least the goal. And this room is, I think, 12 by 12 or 13 by 13, something like that. It's quite well insulated, but we'll see if this toolbox can actually make that happen for us. So let me unpack and get right back at you. Packaging so far done really well. Ooh, this is metallic box. I'll take that. Okay. Ooh, nice foam padding all around. And let's see what's inside. Nice. Ooh, it has some heft to it. Definitely it can be lifted by one person. That's not even a problem. And this time around, because last year I did the high calorie without a box. I built it myself. I just had the inside unit. But this time we actually have some kind of diesel gauge. That's really cool. Up to 4.75 liter, which is a gallon. And then we have the remote here, or the controller. You can connect apps and all that too. Then on this side, nothing but the hinges. This side where you open, and this is your exhaust escape there, air intake, and the wall outlet plug. And on top here it says toolbox. That's actually really cool. I'm loving the design so far. Let's see what we're talking about here. And on top, looks like you just have access to the fuel pump filter right here. Yep, nice. The connections down there. Looks like it was already connected. Nice. The remote control. This usually I take out of here, and I use this on the side. Nice. Okay. Well, I have the one from last year, and it's just like this. So I don't know if they're going to work, but it seems similar. This is where we put the diesel, and this year it has a pre-filter. Nice. Even though here in the US diesel is quite regulated, so it's pre-filtered multiple times at the gas station, but I appreciate them going the extra length to actually make sure that we can filter it whether we forget or not. And then on the box here, because I almost forgot we have a box, we're going to check what's on it. And the temperature inside, by the way, from 70.7 is dropping to 70.2. So temperatures are on decline, which is good for us to test this thing. And the time right now, I think it's midnight. It is, 1 a.m. So yeah, temperatures are only going down. And we'll see in real time if this thing can change that. I'm curious what could possibly be on this. Oh, the exhaust extension and the tubing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so this is the diffuser for indoors. This is the outdoors unit for the exhaust. Then we have an extension for the remote if needed. And what else do we have here? The clamps. Nice. And this is the tubing I'm talking about here. This is for the air handler inside. This is part of the exhaust that goes outside. And this is your car plug that connects to the 12 volts. As you see, it's actually well labeled here, 12 volt, 15 amps. And then you will have a plug for indoors. This is the US version that you can just plug it directly to the wall. Yes, and it's branded. Cool, I like that. Okay, so it just plugs in there and the other side to the wall, and it does the conversion to 13 volts plus minus 0.5, 10 amps. So that is, and keep in mind that 10 amp or even the 15 amp, that's initial draw. that's not continuous. So in your car, if you're thinking, oh, 15 amps, no, that's only initial draw. That's not continuous 15 amps draw. Just keep that in mind. So, well, let's mount these things and do some good work. Okay, so we have the thermometer now on the opposite side of the room. And, well, let's start this diesel heater real quick and see what happens. Okay, so the remote worked right away. I hear a little noise. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna click on and that's it. I'm not gonna tinker with it. It's on HH10. It looks like it's heating the element or something. And that's it. Heating the coil, I guess, in this case, because it's diesel, so makes sense. And on the user's manual, by the way, if you ever encounter errors or something, you have all the codes here. So it will, you should keep this user's manual. Don't toss it away because it has all the error codes and troubleshooting and anything that you need to do with a heater. And it's actually down pretty good. Nice. Okay, the screen there goes to sleep, by the way. It's not turned off. So as long as I hear it clicking, that means it's the fuel pump clicking. Yes. And now we should be good to go, actually. And I'm going to leave it alone, see what it heats up, and we'll have a timer, which I don't know where it is, but it would be nice if I had one. Yeah, I have it right here, looks like. And probably will go for an hour. It hasn't kicked in yet on heat, so I'm not going to start the timer before the heat kicks in because this is the first time it's being turned on at all. So I'm trying to be fair with it. Okay, so let's just see where that goes. So I think it's priming itself right now. That's the most likely scenario what's going on. And as I said before, just in case I need to repeat it, when it comes to that tiny little pre-filter you saw inside where you pour the diesel, do not remove that. Even if your diesel container has the neck that you have to push, just push it by hand. Do not remove that because it'll save you a lot of headache later. Trust me on that. There's going to be impurities. On the initial kind of burn-in, you'll feel almost like it's rumbling or something. It's not. It's just normal burn-in. And you might smell a touch of diesel. It's still normal because it's burning through. And one thing you have to keep in mind, make sure when you open that, after you do like a quick run or something, or after you put the diesel, just check if there's any leaks. Just to make sure 100% there's no leaks. It should not be with leaks, but you know, it's better to make sure. And yes, now it's starting to kick in slowly. I'm just gonna see when it turns hot, and the temperature in the room actually dropped even more. It's 68 now, not even 70 anymore. We should be in a good spot. You see, yep, now it's kicking in hot. So let's start the timer, I guess, right? We'll just leave it a normal forward timer for an hour at least and see if anything changes on the room temperatures here. What else can we do with life? So we'll see you, I guess, in an hour. Thermometer, just to remember, this is the indoors temperature, this is the outdoors temperature, and these temperatures are on Fahrenheit. And in Celsius, that should be 20 degrees inside and 8 degrees outside in Celsius. This is in Celsius now, just so for somebody that doesn't know Fahrenheit. And let me go back to Fahrenheit, and I'll show you Celsius again at the end of the test, right there. And see you in an hour. Okay, it's been, well, 4 minutes, over an hour, and we are at 81 degrees from 68. I call that a great success, actually. And outside is 46. That's quite cold. And the room, as I said, if I'm not wrong, is 12 by 13, something like that. Not the biggest room, but not a small one either. And I'm actually on my short sleeves here. That's all I can say. And the machine here, except for the first maybe 3 minutes, not even 5 minutes. The first 3 minutes, there was like a small, very fainted smell of burn-in. And besides that, absolutely nothing else. No smells, nothing else except the noise that you're hearing right now. But I have it on max, or whatever it was actually on default, however it came from the box. But you can always drop it. I'm going to drop it on H5 because H1 is the lowest, H10 is the highest. Then, of course, you have settings. You can connect it via Bluetooth if you want to. You can change the altitude and all the other good stuff. Besides that, you can set the temperature if you want to. In my case, I just like to leave it as is. And yes, that is a tile. I just put it there just for now. So I finished this test. And I would say this is a huge winner, in my opinion, based on the test that I'm doing here. And based on what? 10 minutes that it took me to put it together and put it on. That's it. The whole room is now actually really nice. So besides that, there's nothing else I can tell you. Results speak for themselves. So I guess we'll see you next time. This is a big, big win. High Calorie did another excellent job. And yeah, this is not my first high-calorie diesel heater. I have other high calories, but this one is probably the best design so far. And with that in mind, we'll see you next time. Oh, by the way, just let me check the level. Actually, the diesel hasn't even moved. I put it a little bit over max, but it has not dropped yet. That's actually cool. 1 hour. It has not dropped the line yet. That I call extreme efficiency. Yes, I'm doing the light with the best flashlight humanity has ever seen. I like this thing. I really do. Anyway, really cool toolbox. Cool toolbox from high calorie diesel heaters. This is an 8 kilowatt heat output. And link will be in description. See you next time. Bye!